Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Flight Behavior, a novel by Barbara Kingsolver. The main theme of the story is nature, life and rebirth, the complexities of marriage and motherhood, and the different Americas, that how the socio and the economic conditions differ in the Americans. And this is a novel written in 2012, and it presents a symbolic connection between Delarobia Turnbow, who is an unhappy farm wife, and she secretly dreams of running away from everything what she has. But a surprising migration of monarch butterflies, which comes in her in law's property in Feathertown, which is in Tennessee, changes her mind. She sees the butterflies struggle to survive and reproduce to continue their species. In the same way, Delarabia is also struggling in efforts to deal with the consequences of her past decisions and the possibility of a new life. And her delayed coming of age opens numerous options for her and her children. The novel begins as Delarobia strides up the mountain path, which is in her family's farm, to meet up with a man she plans to sleep with. And this is actually a desperate attempt from her to do something to sabotage the marriage she's trapped in. Delabra sees adultery as a means by which she can express her unhappiness. When she was 17 and pregnant, her marriage to Cub Turnbow seemed to cement her future. But having grown resentful and bored of her life because she is a stay at home mother and a farmer's wife, she has now decided that an act of self destruction could stop her in her tracks. But something else stops her. What happens is, as she is going, she sees a fantastic sight. Thousands and thousands of monarch butterflies are hanging from the trees at the top of the high road trail. And she believes that this is a sign, and therefore she decides not to pursue the affair and returns to her home a changed woman. And Dilabra finds out that her father in law, Bear Townbow, plans to sell the land where the butterflies are roosting to a logging company, and she encourages her husband to go and have a look at the land. So the entire family goes to the trail, and they are awestruck by the sight of the bright orange and black butterflies filling their forest and valley. The religious Turnbows inform about this at the church, and the pastor says that this is definitely a miracle. But Bear is not convinced that this is God's work, and therefore he decides to go on with his project of selling the land because his family needs money. At the same time, the news spreads, and visitors and tourists from all over the world, they come to the Turnbow property to have a glimpse of the butterflies. The family begins charging for these tours, and one among the visitors is a scientist named Ovid Byron. He meets Delarobia and tells her that he needs to study these butterflies. Generally, these butterflies will migrate to Mexico, but severe flooding due to logging destroyed their homes, and for some reason they have come to Feathertown. And Ovid strongly believes that the butterflies' arrival presages the disastrous results of global warming. Delarobia, Ovid, and Ovid's assistants, they start to work together in Ovid's makeshift lab, which he parks on the Turnbow property. And while they do this research, they learn a great deal about the significant socio-economic differences. Delarobia has always been an intelligent person, but at the same time, in her hometown, she was only given an ordinary education because the emphasis was on becoming a farmer and not on going to college. And despite her limited background, Delabria gets a work so smartly for Ovid, and she also finds a sincere passion about studying the butterflies. And Ovid also starts respecting Delarobia, and slowly this respect turns into a crush on him. But the arrival of his wife ends this fantasy. But Delabria finds a new desire in her to branch out on her own and see if she can make a future for herself and her children. With the assistance of the local pastor and Cub himself, Bear gives up the logging contract, and the Turnbow trail is made a preserve for the butterflies. A sudden winter storm nearly destroys the monarch colonies, but enough life emerges in the end to provide hope that the species will adapt and continue. Seeing this, Delarobia hopes to do the same. So she separates from her husband and moves away with the children to start a new life, and the story ends here. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.